Good morning to my fellow panelists, yourself, and then to the viewers. I think we have discussed this matter before, and it's interesting that we've come back again to touch on the same subject matter. A number of issues arise, but before then, I need to put on record that some attempts to make it look like the government of Nana Akufo-Addo was not combative enough to deal with such matters, really begs the question. Because who created the office of the Special Prosecutor? How do you say such a person is not desirous or is not interested in fighting corruption, when indeed the first person that occupied that office, Honorable Martin Alamisi Kaiser Amidu, and a long time, Deputy Attorney General with vast experience.
Member of the NDC.
Member of the NDC. Was the first to have occupied that office. And this is not a person that somebody can control. And if you know Martin Amidu, you know this is not a person that Nana Akufo-Addo put in there in order to know that maybe it's a person who is...
How did it end, though?
Who is amiable.
How did it end?
Of course, it doesn't really matter how it ended, but the intention was to have put somebody there to do the work. And you can see from the evidence again that the current Special Prosecutor was put there because he is known to be fearless. And he was our lecturer, isn't it?
No, I don't.
So he was... yeah, so when Mensabi left, so he took over criminal law just in the middle of, my criminal law days at the law faculty. So knowing Kisi is somebody that you cannot really sit down and then manipulate. So I believe very strongly that the intention of Nana Akufo-Addo, the former president, to preserve the office of the Special Prosecutor and make it workable cannot be, questioned.
From the point you're coming from,
cannot be questioned.
From the point you're coming from Martin Amidu's point, knowing how he left, then will the claims made by the Kisejabing not be easily believable that during Akufo-Addo's regime...
I'll come to that.
No, you finish that point first.
I'll come to that.
During Akufo-Addo's regime, it was difficult for his office to function because I remember he saying that it was as if all the other sister organizations had been instructed not to deal with them. So he can't work with, police won't work with him, these people won't work with him. And that's the situation he found himself in. He was talking about a general situation. And we know that within Akufo-Addo's regime, there were about how many suits trying to abolish the office. There was one petition trying to remove him from office, correct?
Currently, there are about 15 petitions for the removal of the Special Prosecutor. Is it blamable on Nana?
15 petitions?
About 15 petitions.
Before,
are you going to
before President Mahama?
No, but now.
Before President Mahama? Okay.
Are you blaming that on Akufo-Addo as well?
I'm not aware. 50 petitions.
So I'm telling you, it has nothing to do with Nana Akufo-Addo.
Okay.
But the point that I'm trying to make is that when Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta was leaving the jurisdiction, at the time he had informed the current the Chief of Staff at the time. And he had also informed the transition team members, the person who was representing the current administration, the incoming administration. He had served notice on them. Now, if this was a person who was running away from justice, more or less a fugitive, I don't know who will be actively informing people that I'm leaving the jurisdiction to go and seek medical attention. That, for me, beats my imagination. Secondly, at the time that Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta was leaving town, was the OSP investigating Ken on the SML issue? We need answers to this question. Secondly, if the OSP was investigating Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta, did he actively seek the cooperation of any agency of state to prevent Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta from traveling? Because as you know, the CID, the NIB, YOCO, FIC, OSP, routinely, even the courts, routinely serve stop notices on the Director of Immigration, Controller of Immigration, to stop individuals that are subject of investigations or suspects or persons of interest or even accused persons from leaving the jurisdiction. Was that done? Is there any evidence that a letter to that effect had been served on the controller? We need answers to those questions. Now, if he did, how did he do it? Were they letters? Or did he place call? Did he call the Attorney General, for instance? I don't want Ken to leave town. Can you do something about it? The Attorney General is alive.
Talking about the Attorney General. The Attorney General is also investigating this same matter, right?
I'm talking about the Attorney General at the time.
No, I'm just asking now. And I would like Theophilus to also respond to that.
That's right.
The Attorney General has told us that he's also investigating this matter.
Correct.
So what has he also done?
Exactly. So I'm saying that at the time, did the OSP contact the Attorney General and to seek his cooperation? And don't forget that they are mates and they are friends.
He said their doors were shut to him.
So, no, but there's no evidence.
They were like a persona non grata.
Look, in public service, your best weapon is paper evidence. Is there any evidence? Is there any text message? Can you call the then Attorney General, Honorable Godfrey Dami, to find out for him? Because this is an indictment on those people.
So let's refocus the discussion. Let's refocus the discussion. Is the absence of Ken Ofori-Atta, does the absence of Ken Ofori-Atta make this a lost cause? That's the focus.
No, but that is
78 charges.
That is not even the case, because the law provides.
We're discussing the charges.
The law provides for mechanism for trial of persons who have absconded or are not available to stand trial.
Okay.
Or the law to continue. What's her name? Sedinam Ationu. She absconded. The trial went on in absentia, and she was convicted in absentia. You understand? But that is not even...
Sedinam Ationu.
Yes, that is the master.
She was charged.
Yeah, she was charged.
While she was in Ghana.
She was in the jurisdiction.
She was in the courtroom. And the trial was going on.
And then she left.
Then she asked for permission to travel for treatment.
That's correct.
And didn't come back.
That is correct.
Is it the same situation?
It's not the same situation, but it is similar. Because at the time Ken was traveling, he said he was going to seek medical attention. And there's evidence that Ken had...
He was not before a court.
No, not. But he was not even being investigated for SML issue. We need to find out whether at the time Ken was traveling, was he actively being investigated? No. And we need to find the evidence. He wasn't actively being investigated. And when Ken left, there is evidence that Ken went to a hospital in the United States to undergo surgery for prostate cancer. And this is a man above 60, 64, 65. And in the second week of June, he went under the knife. There's also evidence to that effect. And if the special prosecutor or the authorities within our country do not know this, then there is a problem. Because all this information must be readily available to them. Now, post-surgery, what is Ken's situation? Do we know?
Hold on.
Do we know Ken's situation?
We want answers to some of the questions.
You understand?
We want answers to some of the questions you guys are asking.
Very well.
I'm told that the Director of Strategy at the OSP joins us. Thank you for joining us, Samida Ako.